Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic!
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
When your company earns unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with Capital One, that's serious business. So Stephen at SandCloud got a serious business card, the Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One.
We used our 2% cash back to help build our retail presence.
Savvy, Stephen.
And we get big purchasing power, so our business can spend more and earn more.
The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.
Israel Defense Forces, IDF, has confirmed that the Middle East country soldiers carried out massive airstrikes on multiple locations in Yemen capital of Sanaa on Sunday, while Nasruddin Amer, the chairman of Yemen's Saba news agency and the vice president of the media authority of Ansar Allah Movement that has Houthis group as one of its organizations, said the air defenses were able to thwart the majority of the Israeli attacks and confronted several of its combat formations, which he said forced Israeli soldiers to retreat, with the Houthis fighters using locally manufactured air defense systems. According to Israel Defense Force, multiple military targets belonging to the Houthi terrorist regime in Sanaa, Yemen, including a military site in which the presidency palace is located, the Adar and Hazaz power plants, and a site for storing fuel, all used for the military activity of the Houthi regime. These strikes were carried out in response to repeated Houthi attacks on a young man from Delta State in the oil-rich Niger Delta region in Nigeria has been arrested after he conspired with his friend to fake a kidnapping to get money from his family in order to be able to travel abroad. The young man was seen in a video the alleged kidnapper sent to his family, threatened to be killed with a cutlass placed on his neck by the suspected fake kidnapper, who is also a native and indigene of Delta State but faked his voice to sound like an Hausa Fulani man from northern Nigeria. According to one of the popular human rights activists against insecurity in the West Africa country, Harrison Gwamnashu, the 2 suspects were arrested inside the bush after intelligence gathering indicated that the kidnapping was not genuine, adding that they were not mobilized by Senator Ned Munir Nwoko, the senator representing Delta North Senatorial Zone, who had said in a press statement that the father of the supposed victim, together with 2 members of the Idemuje, Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, has dismissed 8 members of the state special vigilante group known as Aganekemba after the sacked security operatives were seen in a now viral video allegedly assaulting a female National Youth Service Corps, NYSC member, Jennifer Elabor, to the level of complete nakedness after they torn her clothes and continued assaulting her even when they observed during the process nothing more was covering any part of her body. This, the dismissed vigilantes did after they allegedly chased some young men on motorcycles they claimed were members of a secret cult to the victim's compound at Oba community in Idemili South local government area of Anambra State on July 23, 2025. According to the state television station, Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, the Anambra State government, through the Aganekemba Security Command, has dismissed 8 of her operatives for their involvement in the brutal assault and public. Comfort Emanson Bob, the 26-year-old female passenger that was recently seen on viral video allegedly attacked and provoked to action, has said that she sustained injuries in her private part when a yet-to-be-identified IBOM air staff pulled off her shirt and exposed her nakedness at Lagos Airport. This, According to Comfort, the shirt torn while she was being carried out from the aircraft was her innerwear that was pinned together below her private part, saying, the Ibom air hostess had allegedly broke her phone, necklace and forcefully removed her wig hair from her head, which caused her a severe sharp pain, and as a result of the pain, she hit the air hostess on the cheek, adding, she became more aggressive when she saw the airport staff video recording her nakedness while she was battling to cover her body as a result of her shirt that was torn with her chest sexual organs completely exposed. Comfort Emanson gave her own side of the story in an 11-minute video she posted on her Instagram. Leaders of the Nigeria affiliates of Al-Qaeda international terrorist group, known as Ansar and Mahmouda, have been captured by men of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, AFN, after 2 months of intelligence-led special operations in northern Nigeria. The West African nation National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, stated this at a press conference with the nation's security chiefs, saying, the 2 arrested suspected terrorists leaders have cells across the country where they have been executing various crimes of armed robbery in addition to raise funds for the terrorist activities. Details of the public announcement are stated by Nuhu Ribadu and made available by the office of the spokesperson to the Nigeria president, Bayo Onanuga, on Saturday reads verbatim below. Nigeria dismantles terror groups, Ansar and Mahmouda, with the capture of their leaders. Nigeria has recorded a significant breakthrough in the war against terrorism with the capture of the leaders of Ansar and Mahmouda. Following the meeting of President Vladimir Putin of Russia and President Donald Trump of the United States on Friday in Alaska, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said he knows the treachery of President Putin, that, in the coming days, Russia's soldiers may try to increase pressure and strikes against Ukrainian positions in order to create more favorable political circumstances for talks with global actors. Zelensky made this statement some hours ago while stating that Ukrainian soldiers have achieved some successes in Donetsk region, especially in the areas of Dobropilya and Pokrovsk, then ordered the commander-in-chief, Alexander Syrsky, to speak with combat commanders that Ukraine needs strong positions and truly tangible resistance to the enemy. In his words, Zelensky said, I received a report from Commander-in-Chief Alexander Syrsky. The front, the defensive positions, and up-to-date information on the intentions and movements of the There is still no peace in sight after nearly 3 hours of meeting held in Anchorage City in Alaska, a state in the United States, US, between President Vladimir Putin of Russia and President Donald Trump of the United States, over the war Russia launched since 2022 in Ukraine, which has led to thousands of deaths, mostly Ukrainians, which President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine, who was not invited for the meeting on Friday, in a statement said that it was time to end the war, but Russia must take the necessary steps to a genuine peace deal. And while commenting on the statement made by the President of Poland, Karol Nawrocki, on Friday via X social media platform to mark Poland Armed Forces Day, which coincided with the day Putin and Trump met in Alaska, President Zelensky said that Ukraine's independence strengthens Poland's independence, and we must always remember that the miracle on the Vistula was made possible through joint efforts, and it saved Europe and the Polish president. Co-contestants in the last concluded general elections in Nigeria and former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, has faulted President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's trip to Brazil and also condemned the president's frequent travel abroad at any slightest invitation and abandoned pressing issues of insecurity and other deplorable situations that make the nation bleeds. Specifically, Peter Obi said, the situation we find ourselves in is deeply worrisome. Our president, who has not found it worthy to visit any of our troubled states, takes joy in traveling to foreign countries at the slightest invitation or excuse, often departing several days even before the events he's invited to. The presidency had, in a statement on Wednesday, said that President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja on Thursday, August 14th, for a two-nation trip to Japan and Brazil. The president will stop over in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, before proceeding to Japan. In Japan, federal government of Nigeria under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered the Commissioner of Police in charge of Lagos Airport to withdraw the one-sided and obviously biased court case the Nigeria police force may have wrongly instituted against an Ibom Air passenger, Comfort Emanson, who was seen in viral videos retaliating and defending herself physically after a group of Ibom Air personnel and Lagos Airport team had attacked her and provoked her to action. The FG position on the issue was made known by the Nigeria Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, in a press release the minister signed and made available few minutes ago, although Festus Keyamo reversed himself and acknowledged that the issue was a case of confrontation between the 26-year-old passenger and the staff of Ibom Airlines, who in the new press release admitted that the staff of Ibom Air and the Lagos Airport Authority team acted wrongly, but the minister did not state how the attacked passenger would. Nigeria Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo says the ministry has directed for the aviation staff who released the video footage containing the aspect of an Ibom Airlines passenger, Comfort Emanson or Bob, seen in an indecent appearance with her chest sexual organs exposed after the passenger shirt was torn by an Ibom Airlines staff, while security operatives were seen in the viral video dragging the aggrieved passenger out of the aircraft following an act of confrontation between the passenger and Ibom Airlines hostesses, which one of the hostesses blocked the right of way of the passenger and prevented the passenger from disembarking from the plane. And after countless warning to the airline passenger to leave the road, the passenger went physical with the hostess by allegedly slapping her on the face, which the confrontation with the hostess apparently led to the alleged destruction of the plane divider cotton, which Ibom Airlines valued at $2,500 as stated in count 5 of the 5-count charges. A careful study of the viral video involving the Ibom Airline personnel, Lagos Airport security operatives and an aggrieved passenger, Comfort Emanson, on board the airline plane on Sunday indicated that while the enraged passenger was being dragged off the plane by 3 men, who held her 2 hands and legs, suspending her a little bit on the air, a lady putting on Ibom Air corporate clothes who was behind the camera lens could be seen in the video to have approached the passenger at the door point of the plane while the passenger was about to be taken out, apparently dipped her hand towards the waist part of the passenger, untucked the passenger shirt from the trousers, grabbed and pulled the passenger's shirt towards her head, and in the process, the passenger shirt got torn and the passenger's chest, sexual organs or private parts were completely exposed. The action of the Ibom Airline staff appeared to be deliberate, as the airline female staff was not part of those dragging the passenger off the aircraft, and after the female management of National Youth Service Corps under the leadership of Brigadier General Olukunle Nafiu has given reasons why a serving Nigeria Youth Corps member, Ashie Rita Aguimaye, was denied NYSC discharge certificate that could have enabled her exit the 1-year mandatory program after she completed the 1-year paramilitary service to her nation as a new graduate, and, according to a statement posted and made available by NYSC on Sunday, with no name of the authority responsible for the press statement written or mentioned in the statement, the NYSC said Corps member Rita Aguimaye's discharge certificate was withheld and her service year extended by 2 months following her alleged absence or failure to attend the April 2025 NYSC biometrics clearance at Etiosa Local Government Area Secretariat, and the month stated by NYSC was barely few days after the Corps member had cried out loud in the month.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.